and you're probably a guy who used to play high school athletics or even college athletics, and you feel like you've gotten out of that and you've really kind of lost that masculine edge. Like back in the day when you played sports, you felt like, damn, like I'm the man. Like I can do all of these things. Like I got all this future ahead of me. But now that you're out of school, you have a full time paying job, probably a desk job like I work. You feel like I don't really know what is next for me in life. Like I don't know that if I'm really on the path to my goals. And that's an extremely frustrating point to be. And honestly, I was there. So right after I had quit college football, I was in the darkest point of my life. I was struggling so much mentally, not just with that decision, because I felt a lot of shame and guilt for that decision generally, but I was really struggling with direction and purpose in my life. I knew that one day I wanted to have abs. I knew that I needed to take control of my health because being a college offensive lineman, you got to be big. I didn't want to be big anymore, but I just didn't know how to do it. And honestly, that lack of clarity is extremely frustrating. And I almost fell into this consistency trap that I see a lot of guys in my DMs or, that I just talked to in the gym. They're all stuck in. And it's where they go to the gym for a little bit and they try hard, but they don't know if really the workout plan that they're following is really working. Then a couple weeks go by, they don't see any progress, and then they end up binge eating, which just absolutely just totally destroys their progress. And then they feel guilty and then binge eat or binge drink or whatever their vice is, just over and over and over and over again. And man, that is honestly like one of the worst and most frustrating places you can be in as a man, because not only are you not getting the results that you want and you can get, but you feel like it's a little bit emasculating, right? Because you feel like you don't even have control over your urges. And even when I played college football, I was the exact same way. Like, dude, like I'll be real. Like I usually try to be pretty humble, but I was pretty damn strong. I squatted 530 pounds for 3 reps, and I benched 330 for a couple of reps. I think it was two. It's possibly three, but we'll round down to two. Like I was a beast in the weight room. But when it came to when nobody was watching, when no coaches were holding my hand and forcing me to do things, like I mean, I don't think I can really curse too much on YouTube, but I didn't do what I needed to do, and I bitched out. I always just chose what was right for me, not right for me, but what felt right for me in the moment, which was just shitty food that tasted good, being lazy, sleeping in all day, not getting a ton of movement throughout the day. Like you get the picture. It's tough, man, because when you're in that moment, it feels like you know your potential. You know that with the right people holding your hand, with the right system, with the right clarity, you can literally do whatever you set your mind to. But it feels like as soon as I would go home, all of that discipline, all of that drive, all of that hunger that I felt, like not physical hunger, but mental hunger, felt like all of that disappeared. And that really messed with my confidence a lot because I was very confident of what I could do on the field and in the weight room. But I wasn't really confident or proud of the man in the mirror because I knew that as soon as nobody was watching, I wasn't making the right decisions. So after losing or after quitting college football because I was just generally unhappy, I just lost love for the game. I mean, that's a whole nother story. It's a whole other video. I lost 110 pounds, actually 115 as of today. I started at 321 pounds April 4th of 2024. I'll never forget that day. And December 8th, 2025, I am 205 pounds. So wait a minute. That's a 116 actually, I believe. That's crazy. Yeah, it's just wild to think about. And that's okay. Let me get to the point. All because I figured out what I call the earn it system. So I'm going to lay everything out in this video for you. How to actually get to that dream body, that dream life, and more importantly for me, get to that dream level of that desired confidence, discipline, and just feeling generally proud of myself. I'm gonna tell you everything how to do it. Like I'm dropping everything. Like I know a lot of people in my position in my industry, the kind of fitness, self improvement kind of industry, have a lot of things behind a paywall. I don't really believe in that. I would I like yes, I do offer coaching, but the purpose of this video is to help you out. And then at the end, if you still feel like you want more help, then obviously coaching is the next step. But let's get into the actual value of the video. But right before that, what I want to really line out here is who this is for and who this is not for. So I don't want everybody to be watching this and thinking that they can do this. This will work for anybody, but not anybody will work for this, if that makes sense. So really who this is for guys who have 20 to 30% of their body weight in fat to lose. So let's see, for me, I was 300 pounds. I lost about 100 pounds of fat. It's about 30% of my body weight. So I was at the upper echelon of that. And shoot, if you even got more, then more power to you. You know, that's just a better story that you'll be able to tell. This is for guys who genuinely they're ready to put in work. Like guys who are just fed up with making excuses, guys who are tired of looking in the mirror after not controlling their inputs the day before and feeling like shit about it. That's who this is for. Like guys who just genuinely want to feel masculine, who want to feel proud, who want to feel like they've earned everything, and they're tired of going through life just feeling like they're floating and feeling regret for enjoying the good things of life. Regret for having a couple beers. Well, really regret for having more than a couple beers because you couldn't control it. And here's who this is not for. This is probably more important, and this is not for the guys who want a magic pill. Like if you're looking for, oh, just this one simple hack, this one simple fix to lose 20 pounds in 2 days, like, dude, fuck that. This is not it. Like that is a bunch of bullshit. They're trying to sell you a just dream that does not exist. And this is not for guys who want to just keep living in their old ways. Like if you're not ready to actually make changes, dude, just click off the video. Like what are you doing? If you're a guy and you're not ready to make changes in your life and you're not where you want to be, are you even a man at all? I mean, real shit. Like I'll keep it real with you. So I really just want to make sure like this is not for guys that just want the easy way out. Like this is one of the simpler ways to lose weight for sure. Losing weight itself is not just easy, no matter how you do it. I'll keep it realistic with you. I'm not going to sell you this crazy dream, but this is like, I don't want to say the simplest way because I'm sure there's some crazy simple way out there, but this is the simplest way that I know to do it. This is the easiest way that I know to do it that actually creates lifelong and lasting effects. And I'm about to get into it, I promise you. There is just this one belief that I have to shatter for you. And everybody thinks that they have to do this crazy extreme diet to lose weight. And honestly, that's just a bunch of BS. Like that is totally not true. You think that you have to cut out all of the alcohol, all of the sweets, all of everything that you can't necessarily control yourself with your diet. You don't have to do that. There's more power in earning them and being able to control that than completely cutting it out. Because I'll touch on it later, but cutting everything out that you would possibly binge or break on or would make you unhealthy, cutting all of that out is not discipline. That's more fear. So, but don't worry, like promise you, I'm not gonna let that shit happen to you. I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do that. And we're gonna get into it right now on how to actually implement the Earn It system into your life. All right, so this is what I call the Earn It system, and it's the exact thing that I ran that got me looking like this to this. So let's just jump right into it. And we're going to start over here with the 6 to 12 month plan so we can actually get you started up now, like not tomorrow, not January 1st, right now. So you're going to start out as a starter. This is really, imagine this like a American football team, if you're familiar with that. You have starter, all conference, and all American. Everybody starts at starter. Doesn't matter who you are. When you come on the team, you're always going to start as a starter. So as a starter, you do workouts. You have up to 2 earned cheats per week. You're going to track your macros, and you're only going to do 30 minutes of cardio a week. You're going to say, this is not a lot, Luke, and you are completely right. But within that, you're going to still lose 10 to 15% of your body weight in fat in 30 to 60 days. Then after that, after you do that, you're going to hit that KPI, which is a key performance indicator if you're not familiar with corporate America or corporate world in general, I suppose. Then you're going to graduate up to all conference, which here you're going to have a full meal plan. You're going to have workouts. You're going to have up to 1 earned cheat per week, and then you're going to do 60 minutes of cardio a week. So you can see it's actually scaling upwards in difficulty. And this is really where the hardest part is. So once you can get past this all-American phase, within this, you will lose 20 to 30% of your body weight in fat, which is a lot. Yes, but that's literally exactly what I did. So trust me, it works. Then you'll graduate to phase 3, which is all-American, and this lasts indefinitely, lasts forever. And in here, you've graduated up now to a full meal plan, workouts, and now you have discretionary cheats. And you're going to do 90 minutes of cardio a week, which sounds like a lot. I promise you, that's not. That's 3 days. You're just going to walk or run or do the elliptical or bike for 30 minutes. That's it. Can't do that. I promise you, you're not built for this life. But discretionary cheats, this is because at this point, you know what it takes to earn a cheat meal. You know the effects that it has on your body. And now you have the discipline to actually have them whenever you want, which means that you're not going to actually want them all the time. So this is where the Earn It system truly does come into full effect here. And now at this point, as an All-American, you can have whatever you want. But the thing is, you don't always want the bad thing. You want the good thing because you know that it's good for you. So now we can actually define what is a cheat. And this is something that you just normally feel guilty about. So this is alcohol, sweets, eating out unhealthily, anything that you would normally just generally feel guilty about, we can categorize as a cheat. And how do you actually earn a cheat? Well, you got to hit these KPIs, these key performance indicators. So this 30 minutes of cardio is not factored into your weekly cardio. If you'd like to earn a cheat, then all you have to do is 30 minutes of cardio. You do 10,000 steps. And if it's on a training day, you work out. And the only other stipulation is that you're within 200 of your calorie limit, including the cheat, and you hit your protein. So you log before you eat. Now you don't log 30 minutes before you eat or 20 minutes after you eat. You log as soon as you know that you're going to have the cheat. So if that's 2 days in advance, perfect. Now you can actually fully apply your macronutrients in a way that makes it possible to still have this cheat and enjoy your life. So this is really where the system becomes powerful, because you can manipulate your macronutrients to be able to eat what you want and have the cheats and not derail your progress. And more importantly, still feel proud and not feel guilty about yourself. So that's how you actually earn a cheat. We now have 3 non-negotiables that will improve your life. And I don't often make crazy promises, but I promise you, this will improve your life. It's dead easy to implement and it has huge, huge rewards on the actual effort that you have to put in for this. Number 1 is just 10,000 steps. You're gonna have to do this every day, but it's extremely important on a cheat day that you do that. This is gonna burn 500-ish calories, gonna raise your metabolism by 500 calories. If you're only doing about 5K steps right now, this is an extra 250 to 300 calories per day, which is over half a pound of fat per week. And all you have to got to do is just walk a little extra. It's that simple. 5-minute rule. Once you actually start doing this, this will change your life. Get out of bed within 5 minutes of your alarm. I typically do this on weekdays and weekends, just kind of depends on the day. If I've got a lot to do and it's Saturday and Sunday, you're damn sure I'm following the 5-minute rule. So really on weekends, you can kind of, change this to depend if you actually would like to follow this, but on weekdays, it's essential. Never hit the snooze. You're going to win your mornings, and that's how you win the rest of your days, because you start your day by affirming all of the promises that you've made for yourself. And I promise you, nothing feels better than when you get out of bed and you start kicking ass first thing in the morning. Now, not a lot of things feel worse than getting out of bed. So there's the paradox there, is it feels horrible in the moment, but you are so grateful and so glad that you did afterwards, that it improves your entire rest of your day. Do this for a week and watch your life change. Neuroloading. This is a really complicated topic it just means delay your dopamine until later in the day. And this enhances your ability to do low dopamine activities like going to the gym or just going for a walk outside or actually being able to lock in at work. So now we're seeing that this isn't just about fat loss. This isn't just about getting in shape. This is just more about life for this one. And this one, I started doing this, I don't know how long ago, to be honest with you, but really it has improved my work productivity in an order of magnitude. So during the day, I'm also a software developer. And when I neuroload in the mornings up until about 10 or 11 a.m., I try not to be on my phone. It's crazy the effect that it has on my work capabilities. I feel so much more focused. I don't have as much brain fog. And I feel like I can actually solve the complicated tasks that my job requires me to solve. And if you notice the screen changing colors, that's just because night mode turned on. It turns on at 8:45 p.m. because I like to go to bed around 10 or 11, and that helps me go to sleep earlier. So now we have some actually formulas to implement in your life. So you probably were up here and thinking, well, I don't know what to do for the actual workouts. You're going to follow the 2-2-3-2-3-4 method. Sounds complicated, super simple. All you're going to do every time you go to the gym, do 2 compound movements of 2 to 3 sets and 2 isolations of 3 to 4 sets. So if this is a push day, all you're going to do is 3 sets of 6 on bench press, 2 sets of 10 on dips. Okay, let me fix the screen. Okay, much better. I don't know if that showed on your guys' end, but on my end, I was literally turning red because of my night light. So I just turned that off, and now I probably flashbanged some of you guys. So sorry about that. Push day. You're going to do 3 sets of 6 for bench press, which is your first compound movement. Then you're going to go into your second compound movement, which is dips, 2 sets of 10. Then one first isolation is tricep extension, and then lateral raise as your second isolation. So you can see it's just super simple. Anybody can do that. It gets you in and out of the gym in about 45 minutes per week. I would imagine that you'd like to go to the gym about anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week if you're running this. And if you're running a full body split, you might have to change this up just a little bit, but this is what I personally have run for like a year now. I'm starting to change it up just a little bit because sometimes it is good to have change, but I promise you, this gets crazy results. Next, nutrition. None of this all will really do anything for you if you don't actually lock in on your nutrition. So here's how you're going to do that. Calculate your calories with a total daily energy expenditure calculator, or if you're lazy, just take your body weight in pounds. I'm in America, okay? We use freedom units here, and times that by 12 to 15, and that's what your cutting calories are going to eat. So what you're going to eat in calories to lose weight. Your protein is going to be 1 gram per pound of body weight. Fats are 0.3 grams per pound of body weight, and then the carbs, just fill the rest of your calories with carbs. I'm not going to go into the depths of nutrition in this video and talk about why you need to eat a high carb diet to get crazy pumps in the gym and build triceps like these. But just know the more carbs you eat, the better your triceps are going to look. I mean, look at that. You can't even tell that I have a tricep there, and there it's like screaming at you, hey, look at me. Lastly, let's talk about your goals. So you actually need to have set serious goals. I'm not just talking, hey, I want to lose a little bit of weight. That's not going to do shit. Most people just say they want to lose weight and then wonder why they can't actually stick to their diet. It's because their goals are never set. So if you don't actually know where you're going, then how the hell are you going to get there? So here's what a real goal would look like for one of my clients. Get to 12% body fat with a 6-pack, be able to bench 225 pounds, run a 7-minute mile, and be able to be confident at work because you're not tugging on your shirt or worried about if people think you're fat. That's a legitimate goal. So when you want to break and you want to give up, it's not just, well, I want to give up on losing weight. It's, I want to give up on getting to 12% body fat with a 6-pack, bench 225, run a 7-minute mile, and be confident at work. That's a whole lot harder to give up on. And that's why so many people fail. It's because they don't even know why they're doing this. Now, I want to run you through something that I don't want you to get caught up in. And this is what literally everybody does. So everybody starts with low confidence. Nobody comes out of the womb just with BDE. If you don't know what that is, then you're probably not old enough to be watching this video. And don't look that up. I don't think you'd like to look that up. I don't know what that would actually get you on Google, but probably not anything good. Most people start with low confidence. Then they have unhealthy vices to cope with this, whether that be food, sweets, alcohol, drugs, anything like that. Then they feel guilty about them, and then they drown that guilt with more vices. Or they set goals like, hey, I want to get to that what we just talked about, 12% body fat, bench 225, all that good stuff. And then to achieve that goal, they go cold turkey on everything that they've been, using as vices or cheating on. So they don't have any sweets, don't have any alcohol. And if they were smoking weed, they probably don't smoke any weed, but let's be honest, you probably shouldn't smoke weed anyways. And then 1 to 2 weeks go by and they realize, holy shit, this is not sustainable. Then they just have one. They say, oh, I deserve this. Then what that feels like in the moment is like it's simultaneously the very first and the very last time you're ever going to have that cheat meal. And that causes you to binge. Then you don't reach your goal, which makes you low confidence. And now the cycle has been created. Here's the actual earn it cycle of how I lost 110 pounds. And this will change your life. Again, I started with low confidence. I had unhealthy vices. I binge ate. When I drank, it was either I drank none or I drank 15 beers. I felt guilty about that, but this time I set goals, and when I wanted the cheat, I earned it. Then I was able to earn the cheat in moderation, usually me having a beer in Vegas, and I didn't binge because I know that there's always more if I was to earn it. Think about that. There's always more if you earn it. So there's no scarcity attached to the things that actually make you happy and that you would normally feel guilty about. And the fact that you earned it, you're not going to feel guilty about it. Then you're going to feel proud for having control. And through this, you're going to shred body fat because you're still able to stick in your calorie deficit, even while having a couple beers, even while having a slice or two of pizza. And then you have 2 options from here. Now, most people just go back into wanting to cheat, earning it, enjoying it in moderation. That's completely fine. You can stay in that for the rest of your life and still get crazy results. But what I did was eventually I became addicted to the progress, and I realized I don't even want these cheats anymore because I want my progress more than I want the cheats. And at that point, I started looking like this, where you can see my abs through all my loose skin, and I started being able, to be confident enough to take my shirt off in the gym, in a gym full of random strangers, which sounds weird, but is, I guess, really empowering. Anyways, this did not just work for me. I promise you, if you think you're special cookie, you are not. So as you can see, we have guys that started from anywhere, quite a bit large different starting points here. These are all my clients. I work with them all one-to-one. This is my guy, Max. He's lost about 30 pounds so far. He's obviously got a little bit more to go, but I mean, seriously, look at the belly so far. Like, that is crazy. He's almost got a flat stomach so far.
I'll be in like dress clothes and shit like that, like business casual every day. I'm not worried about my appearance to be like, okay, I'm trying to sell you this couch, but I'm actually worried about if this shirt fits me. Like that feeling's like not there anymore, which is it's nice to fucking I just not think about it. I feel a lot better, honestly. I'm still here I'm still here at 10:30 at night and I still worked this morning. I still worked out. It's nice to be like I'm at the same place you are right now, but I still did all my shit. And like I can
Yeah.
still do I didn't miss out on shit because I didn't watch a 40-minute YouTube doc before I went out. You know what I mean? If you're on the edge of working with someone or like being with a coach, like I feel like that's enough of a reason to like actually work with one.
My guy Tim here has lost 26 pounds officially, and he just yesterday, I bumped his calories up by 700 because he's officially done with his cut. He was completely satisfied with the progress that he's made so far, and he's ready to pack on some lean muscle. And I mean, I don't know. I'm just so very happy for him because I know exactly what that feels like. And I know that he was absolutely elated and he just couldn't wait to start eating a little bit more and packing on some mass and getting jacked, to put it plainly. And this is my guy, Carter. He lost 20 pounds in 10 weeks while working 80 hours a week during harvest season as a farmer. Obviously, just like Max, he's still got some more to go, but they both started with some more than Tim, anyways. But I want you to look at Carter's belly here. Like how much, okay, this is gonna sound horrible, but it protrudes. But here, it's much smaller. And look at his arms. His arms have gotten significantly more muscular. Here, it's kind of just like an arm with fat on it. Here, you can tell he's legitimately got some muscle under there. And just so you know, I'm not BSing you. Here's their weight loss graphs. These are all taken straight out of my training app that I use with them, or one of the apps that I have them use. So all of this, is to show this works. If you implement this, I promise you, you might just have a transformation like this if you started as bad as I did. Okay, so now that you know how to actually implement the Earn It system into your life and start earning your way towards your dream goals, you really do have two paths in front of you. Like, there's one version of you that goes from this video and he's like, wow, that was 20 minutes I'll never get back in my life. And he never makes any changes. And then in 2 years or 3 years, he looks back and was like, damn, like, why do I feel so unfulfilled? Why am I still confused about how to lose weight? Why do I still not like my life? Why do I still feel like every time I drink a beer, it ends up turning into 20? That's one version of you. The other version of you is where you go forward from this information. You actually apply what I've told you and you get the workout splits. You start earning everything. You implement the macro tracking, like the boring shit that nobody likes to do, but really does work. You do the 5 minute rule. You neuro loading, if you will. You implement everything here. And that version of you looks back in 2 years and doesn't even recognize the version of you now. And that's exactly what I did. So when I look back at that version of me who quit college football April 4th of 2024, like I said, I'll never forget that day. I don't even recognize that guy anymore. Sure, sometimes on the inside, I do feel like him sometimes. And that's something that I'll just probably always struggle with. But I hardly even recognize him when I look at him in pictures. It doesn't even look like me. It doesn't really feel like me. And that's the type of changes you can make when you actually implement this into your life. And I promise you, like at this point, no more information is required. Everybody knows how to lose weight at this point. Like you've watched the full system, you know exactly what to do. Really, the thing you got to do is just implement it into your life. Because if you go forward from this video and you never make any changes, well, congratulations. I wasted my time making this video for you. And more importantly, you wasted your time watching me just ramble over a diagram. So congratulations, you've wasted 20 minutes of your time if you never apply anything here. So really what you have to start doing is thinking in terms of your future self. And really that was a big part of me losing 110 pounds. I probably should have had it in that diagram, but I'm not going to go back and make or fix it now. But thinking in terms of, well, what would the future version of me do? The future version of Luke, what would he do in this moment? And once you start acting like him, you can form an extremely clear path on the road to him. Like it actually clears the fog on that dark and dusty trail. And congratulations, like you follow that trail, you're going to reach all of your goals. It's not an if you will, it's a when. It's like when you follow that blue line on your GPS in your car, it's not an if you'll reach the destination. You know you'll get there eventually. It's just, you just got to stay on track. And that's exactly what the Earn It system is. And I know I've given a lot of value in this video, and you genuinely do have everything you need in your power to apply this to your life. But there is another option, and that is for like an actual specific implementation to your life, and obviously one-on-one support with me. Also group calls, you get all access to my software. I'm also a software developer during the day. I don't know if I've touched on that so far. So I'm really big into data. Everything's tracked. I mean, the systems that I have for my clients and my guys and my coaching, like you got to be a dumbass to not lose a shit ton of weight. Now I think I can curse now. I think we're past that 10-minute mark. So if that's really something that you want to do, I don't want guys that are just kind of half in, half out. Like if you were genuinely wanting to change your life in a radical way, but you don't want to like live like a monk, you want to be disciplined, you want to feel proud of yourself, but you still want to be able to have a couple beers with the boys, that's exactly what my coaching is for. So just click that first link in the description. It's going to be a Typeform link, and that is an application for my coaching. And if I think we're a good fit, then I will personally reach out to you. If that's a little bit scary, I totally understand that. Like it feels like a big move to make that first step sometimes. So just go over to the Instagram, which is going to be the second link in the description, and just shoot me a message there, and we can just chat about your goals. And then from there, we can kind of see, do we want to move forward? If not, totally cool. There's really no pressure there. So, final takeaway from this, you have two options. You can either apply everything here and actually make changes in your life that last, and then in 2 years, you'll look back on today and be like, damn, I don't even know that guy. Or option two, which I think I framed it the other way earlier. Anyways, you walk away from this video, you don't make any changes, and you wonder why in 2 years your life still sucks. You still are fat. I'll be real. You're still lazy. You still have no discipline. You still can't hold yourself accountable, and you still don't like the man in the mirror. Those are your two options. And once again, if you want the actual custom implementation, you want everything here just 10x. Like I said, I give everything away. The implementation is just what people pay me for. And you want all of that. You want access to the community of guys that are, we're competitive, we're pushing each other, and we're winning every single day. If you want to be a part of that, click the application to apply in the description, and I'll see you there.